Hi guys, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets and welcome to another crafty video. So this one we are going to walk through the contents of my Leah Torp bookcase that I put together almost entirely by myself. And yes, I am super proud of that, and I'll even show you guys the little mistake that I made. I think that I showed you guys in the room overhaul video, but I'll walk you through it again because I don't want anyone else to make that mistake. So just panning down to show you guys what is, just kind of the general overview, and then we'll walk through what's in each basket. So I'm going to try to stay out of the way. I have a light shining on here, so I think there's probably going to be a little bit of reflection, but I'm just trying to get it so that, it's nice and bright and you guys will be able to see things. So this top black basket here with the gold handle, that has Lawn Fawn and Simon Says stamps in it. I don't use those as frequently as some of the other ones, so I leave them up there, but I do love them and I do want to use them, so I keep them up here, but they're kind of ones that I don't reach for as much. The next two things I want to show you, I'm super proud of because the twins made these for me, even though my name is not on any of them. They love to write everybody's names down, and these are using Kindred stamps, and they absolutely love their characters on there, and they ask for the same ones over and over again. I'm trying to get them to use some new ones that I got, but they do love doing this, and they made these and they asked me to display them in the craft room. So there you go, girls. So Madeline's is on the left and Brooklyn's is on the right. You can see their names are written on everything, and Brooklyn wrote some additional names on there. So anyway, the black basket up here has nothing in it. This pink one here kind of houses some random things. So I have some of those Disney dies that cut out some of the princesses and have like face stamps to it. There's also some envelope liners in there. So it's just some random supplies that I will use, but I don't need all the time. And then up here, I haven't figured out what to do with the contents of this basket yet. Those are just some distress ink paints and things like that, and some sprays. So I haven't figured out what to do, so I just kind of throw it up there because it matched on the end. I'm trying to do some kind of symmetrical pattern thing. If you look, you'll see, as we go through. So this shelf is entirely MFT. So here in this one right here, this like beigeish one on the left hand side, we have some of the Pure Innocent stamps, and then some of the smaller sets, more Pure Innocent, lots of Pure Innocent, and then some of the smaller ones, and then you have some of the Pure Innocents that have dies in it with the larger packaging, so I've just put them in the back. So this is mainly Pure Innocent. I do have a couple ones in the back that are not, but those are the smaller stamp sets. So Pure Innocence plus any really, really small stamp sets that I got. This next one are the medium-sized stamp sets. So these are the, I guess, like the average price ones. And in here, I kind of did sentiments and alphabets first. And then in the back, as you go towards the back, you have sentiments with animals. And kind of just divided it up like that so that I could find things. Now, moving on to these ones. These are the very, very large ones. And they have, almost all of them have some type of animal and sentiments in them. So if you look, again, there goes my OCD with the symmetry, having the two yellowish beige ones at the end and the blue one. Now, I was thinking about painting these, but haven't gotten around to it yet. Don't know how it's gonna be. These fronts are chalkboard, so I thought that I would write some stuff on the front of it just so that I can label it. Even though I know what's there, if I have people that are working in my craft room, I can easily tell them, they can easily identify what's in each basket. And I wish that I had gotten more of these when I got them at Michael's, but only had a different store. I had a different setup then and didn't really think about it. So the top baskets are also from Michael's, the ones with the black with the gold handles. And I believe those wire-ish bins, the black one and the pink one, I believe those are from Target, or they could be from Michael's. Also thinking about spray painting those as well. Don't know how that'll work, but we'll see. I haven't gotten that far into the process yet. I'm just still putting the room back together. And that's Lucy that you probably just heard. So down here on this next shelf, the whole reason that I bought this was because I thought that I was going to be able to get lots of stamps on here and scrapbooks. Turns out, because of the shelves that you have to have stable, so there's certain ones on here. If you look here, there is an extra screw. So I think this is one of the ones that wasn't stable. You can make this any size you want. But then there are certain ones, if you look down here, yes, this one is, so this was screwed into here, so you can't really move this. There's no option to move that. And then I think there's also, is it that shelf? And then maybe the bottom one. So there's like 2 or 3 that you cannot move. So because of that and the spacing wise, I was trying to figure it out. But I do like the way it's set up right now. There is a lot of empty space, but then again, I can figure something out. So I tried to get an additional shelf in there, but it's not really working right now. I may reconfigure it in the future, but for now it's good. So anyway, that was the whole point of getting this. But it turns out that I've actually, when I was redoing the craft room, I moved a lot of my scrapbooks to my bookcases upstairs, and I love them up there because I feel like a lot of people can look at them. These are the ones, I'm just going to keep rotating ones in and out of here. These are ones that are really special and ones that I'm also working on, so I'll walk you through them. These first 2 are, we got family pictures taken a couple years ago. The twins and I guess Nora were probably about 2 and 3. The twins were probably 3 and Nora might have been 2. So I did a book for each one of my siblings, and then I did one for my mom and dad with all of us. Now, is any of it done? Not at all. But that's neither here nor there because I always have projects that I'm working on. This next book is for my niece Elizabeth, who will be 6 in October. This is her first year scrapbook. Haven't done that yet either. Very, very far behind. This one is an empty one. This one, these 2 are the twins, and this is like their first, oh geez, 6, August, September, October, November, December, maybe 5 months of life. And considering that they were in the NICU for a good portion of that, it's a ton of pictures. So you know, I have those still to do, and I'm so far behind. Eventually I will get them done. These next 2 are empty, then these 2 are empty. This one here is from when my dad and I went to Italy when I was in college. My cousin was doing a semester abroad in Italy. We went to Rome for a couple of days. He was actually living in Salt Lake City at the time. He flew from Salt Lake City to Philly, came home and slept for a couple hours. We left that night and then just went the next day. He had no idea what time, what time zone he was in. He had no idea what day, what time it was or anything. But it was such a fun trip. It was just really me and him because my cousin had class that whole week. She was on spring break the week before, and so it was us during the day, and then we got to hang out with her at night. So it was a really cool trip, and it was one of the first scrapbooks that I ever really did. So I'll show you guys one day, and it's actually pretty cool. But anyway, you guys might not find it as cool, but it was such a fun trip and a memorable trip, so I thought that I would leave that one down here. This next one is, I'm trying to think what this one is. Oh, this one was our Aruba trip. That was our last real family vacation before any of the kids came along. So that one was my sister was actually pregnant with the twins at that point, and it was such a fun trip. It was nice. We try to take a trip every 2 years, the whole entire family. So that was the last one before the kids were born, and we went to Disney for the one after they were born. So anyway, the next one is my graduation, my MBA graduation. So that one is pretty much done. I think I might have like 1 or 2 more pages left in that. This one is blank. Actually, the rest of these are blank. This one is, I bought this for Nora before she was born, before I knew she was a boy or a girl. It's actually, it might have actually been in a grab bag or something like that, but they call my brother Pooh, and they love Disney, and her shower was actually in that, so I might just do her shower pictures in that, and then do one of these for Nora's first year. Anyway, that is everything in the albums. And then if you come down here, try to get a little bit closer. These ones here are the background stamps. The first couple ones are Impression Obsession. I think that's what it is. Yes, Impression Obsession stamps. It says it right on the front. And then mostly MFT background stamps, all the red rubber, cool background stamps that they have. And then the last one is just a super, super big stamp set that they have. If you move into this, here's my newest obsession, Kindred stamps. Actually, these kind of should go up here. So I kind of have them in order of the height. I do have more of them, and usually I keep them in a bin, and I'll show you that bin in another video for the girls, because it's a bin that I take back and forth from my sister's house when I am doing crafts with the girls. Behind that are all my Mama Elephant stamps, and I tried to do the same thing, all sentiments together, and then you're working on animals, and then in the back, kind of some die cuts, the dies that are with it. So I have a lot of those dies out because I was working on a project, and I haven't actually finished it yet. So try to keep everything together as best as I can. Next two bins right here, and again, if you look, symmetry, the two wooden ones on the end and two gold with, or black with gold handles in the middle. These ones here, Concord and Ninth. The first ones are the teeny tiny Concord and Ninth stamps. That one's a turnabout stamp. And then you have all of the letters of the alphabet right there. And then the stamps kind of go in size order. And if there's a die associated with it, it goes along with it. Some of the larger turnabout stamps are in the back. And these ones are the same thing. These ones are a lot of the stamp and die combinations are in here. So that's all Concord and Ninth. I have a ton of that stuff. I probably need a third basket for the Concord and Ninth stuff. So lots and lots of good stuff. I will get to this bin last. And then again, if you notice, this is the same setup as the one above. Ooh, I'm sitting on the floor, so sorry about that weird angle, but it's the same exact setup as that shelf. So Lucy the cat is trying to get in the video. These ones down here again are also some of my least used because they're down really low and I kind of have to sit on the floor to see them, but I do love them. So, or they are companies that I don't have a ton of things from. So again, Art Impressions down here. These are such funny stamps. I love these. These, like this one's, the Girlfriend stamp line cracks me up. They have some of the funniest ones. So I do keep them down there, but I know that they're down there for special occasions. Like I have some friends that I know that I make cards for with these ones, like especially this one. Are we celebrating 29 again? Absolutely love it. They're really, really cute. And then I have some random ones down here, like this is Riley and Company and some Doris, and there's Lucy. And you know, just some random things. And then there's these Julie Nutting dolls. So I have a bunch of them, and the girls do like coloring those ones. So we have that, and then we have the Sunny Studio, which I like. These aren't, it's not that because I don't like these stamps. I just don't have a ton of them, and I find that I don't use these as often, but I know I have very specific things that I need these stamps for. Like if you're looking for cute images and punny stamps, I have a lot of punny stamps from them. So I used some of them for my Christmas cards. And then here I have, this is my pink stamper when she was making stamps. I have some Heidi Swap and then my honeybee back there. And I love the honeybee large dies. So I have a bunch of those, and I use those again at Christmas time. So speaking of Christmas time, this bin here is entirely Christmas specific stamps. So when I go to make my cards, which I'm hoping that I'm going to start next month and just do some stuff in July, this is where I'm going to go. So anytime that I get specific Christmas only stamps, like look at this one here, Christmas, you can't do much with these outside of Christmas. So done, separated by company, and a lot of them are sentiments and a couple images on there. Dies, anything that's Christmas specific is in here. So that's how I've decided to organize my bookcase. So hold on, I'm trying to get up. This is how I organize the bookcase. I will give you one last look at it, shelf by shelf. I hope that it gives you guys some ideas on how you can set up your Billy bookcase if you not Billy bookcase. I keep saying Billy. It's the Leah Torp bookcase from IKEA. So I'm hoping that this gives you guys some ideas of how to set it up, how to organize things. It took me a really long time. I went back and forth trying to decide if I wanted to set the stamps up by themes or by companies, but I found that for the most part, I use stamps. I know what company makes what kinds of stamps, and it was just easier for me to search by companies. The only exception, obviously, are the Christmas ones that are just down there in that bin, which will be super easy for me to just grab when I'm doing Christmas stuff. And I know I have other things that are associated with Christmas in other bins, but I think that this will help me use my Christmas specific sets when I am making cards. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, or if you have any questions about anything else or want to see anything in more detail, let me know. Leave me a message or send me a message. And I will see you guys real soon for another tour of a part of my craft room.